What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. Do me a favor, take a moment, hit the like button, subscribe button, criticism in the comment section, Twitter, shutdown safety is my username. Continuing my NASCAR Heat Evolution career mode with Atlanta Motor Speedway. Atlanta is actually the first track I ever went to. I was a kid, my dad was testing a car heater, and it was before they put the quad oval in, so it was just the old layout. And first time I really experienced the track from a spotter stand, from a hauler, and just always resonated with me is the first time I got to see and do those things, seeing a race or a track outside of a fan's perspective. I also had an opportunity to test a cup car here a little bit later on in my life, so it's a pretty cool place. The only place you could say that both me and my dad got to race ever, so pretty special. This track here, especially in this game, I think it's odd that this game doesn't have a best line feature. I realize a lot of you would think it's common sense where to drive the race car on these tracks, but it's not always clearly defined in NASCAR tracks. Look at a track like Darlington, for example, that has kind of an unconventional line. The fact that this game really gives no guidance to a really novice fan that it seems geared toward is quite strange. So this track stands out to me in not having that. As far as the handling of this game, this track is probably one of the most tame tracks, I think, in all of NASCAR. It's very fast, but also has a lot of banking, so there's not a whole lot of ways to screw it up. I say that now before the race, so we'll see what happens. But this track just seems very hollow. Having been to this track a couple times, I don't ever remember it being so empty as it is in this game. It just seems like it's a shell of what it should be. Should be a decent qualifying run. Nope, 29th. Not too pleased with that, but regardless, again, that's kind of the nature of this career mode where you come out and you try to start from the bottom and work your way to the top. And I guess, like I said in prior videos, that's going to be fun to some, but it's also going to be very annoying to many. So these are short races here, and again, I'll show you I can continue to break these rules and pass cars on the inside, and what'll happen in a few laps, or really probably in the next turn, is they'll get this great run out of nowhere, and they'll, I guess, really not all pass me back. Normally they do. A quick 6-lap race here, so again, don't have too much time to make up this ground as I chase Paul Menard and Greg Biffle down the backstretch, but also would provide a good opportunity to show you that the AI is going to kind of sort itself out a little bit. But when I play this game, oh wow, I don't know what happened there. Got like arrow loose. But ironically, I say that arrow loose really isn't in this game. In real life, I would be able to keep Menard pinned down in that situation and get his car loose, and it really has no effect. And it's strange because that's probably one of the predominant ways cars get passed at Atlanta is by taking advantage of the arrow and trying to pin a car low when you're on the high side to get their car to kind of suck around in a sense and kind of devalue that spoiler, that left rear spoiler air. So this is also not a track where 3 wide is generally done down the front stretch. And there we go. Again, you see, like we've seen in videos past, all of a sudden one car will come out of nowhere and just blow by you. It happened at Dover, it happened here. But for what it's worth, to me, one of the difficult parts in racing games has always been realistically breaking a pack up. I can see up in front, whether you can or not, there's like a 2-3 car breakaway. There's maybe 3 or 4 car pack behind it. And then there's this little cluster of cars that I'm in, which in reality would be going much slower because we're back here racing. We're punching a bigger hole in the air. They should be getting away from us, and they're not. And I think some of that may just be the AI this game has a tendency to really slow cars down so that you catch them as it adapts to you, which I don't really care for. I also don't care in bright daylight races. You see these whole cars have one reflection mode. My spoiler should not be reflecting the same as my car. My spoiler should be a matte color, not that, you can see even now it's turning black, but in direct sunlight it'll turn gray. It's really, the fact that the cars have one chrome finish to them, more so in the replays when I try to make a thumbnail for these things, just looks absolutely terrible. I think a top 20 here is probably realistic, given the fact that we only have 1 lap left. I also don't think I have the paint schemes downloaded yet. I know I downloaded an update, but I did see one thing that they were doing was actually accurately putting the paint schemes in the games at the track that it ran. So, although it's kind of basic now to see the same cars for the third or fourth straight race. I suppose in the scheme of realisticness, it is very true. But you also see here now how bare my screen is. I mean, I don't know why I can't have a ticker. I can only see that, Ryan Blaney is in front of me in 19th, and it seems very elaborate for his name to fade in and out and to be that large on my screen. I think that could be done a whole lot better, even if it is just a smaller bubble on top of his car like we traditionally see in racing games. Although I don't believe I'm going to have an opportunity to catch him, we will cash in a top 20. So, appreciate you guys checking this video out, and I'll be back later on with more commentary.